My name is Matt Usher. I'm from Dalhart, Texas, and I currently live in Holyrood, Kansas, and I have two boys that are 11 and 12. I had a drug, cocaine and meth addiction for 15 years and multiple CPS cases, and this last one was probably, I think, the worst one. The living conditions and stuff for the kids were pretty bad, and then they ultimately came in and took the kids, and we didn't really do anything at first to get them back, just 6 or 8 months of just still using, still living on the streets. And then I had a OD incident and woke up in the ditch in Dalhart, Texas one day and realized, how are you going to be so selfish to do this? It's going to be your mom or your sister or somebody like that that's going to come claim your body at the morgue. It's time to make a change. And so that was my first step to recovery.
I'm Taisa Macentiree. I have been with Saint Francis going on 5 years. So the expectations I went into the case with was that I was going to terminate this dad. I had been told that he was a drug addict, was very hateful, didn't want anything to do with his kids, wasn't visiting them or anything. And so these kids were residing with the maternal grandparents. And I went into this case being told that we would terminate on parents and they would be adopted by maternal grandparents.
I was about 45 days away from having my rights completely terminated to the kids, and they had already started the adoption process with the grandparents and everything, and so it was right down to the wire.
So that day when I met Matt, you could tell like he had lost hope in this entire case. He was sad. He was telling me, this is a boy's room, this is my room, and you just could tell he was down and was defeated.
The day I met Taisha, she kind of just no BS about it, no nothing. She's like, look, this is what your case is looking like. It's not looking good. And I kind of broke down to her a little bit, and I told her, I promise you, I'm clean, I'm sober, I have a job, I have my house and everything. I just need a chance.
And I told him, I said, Matt, this is my brand new case, first time. What have you done? I'm looking at your family plan of service. It says you need to do parenting, counseling, some drug counseling. What have you done? He handed me a stack of certificates of completion. And I was confused at that point because I had been told he wasn't completing anything, and he had done it all. So after realizing all this, talking to Matt, getting to know him a little bit that day, I left. I called my boss immediately and I said, I don't know what to do. I need to staff with you ASAP. Because here's the thing, he's done everything. His house is clean, he's got his driver's license back. He's not getting to visit his kids, but he wants to. He has a room set up for him. I need to know what to do because everything that was reported to us when we took over this case is not true.
What the judge was seeing was that I hadn't done any therapy, inpatient, outpatient, no group therapy, and that he was just fed up with me. He was ready to just end the case, and pretty much he was just waiting for the court date was what he was waiting for. And then Taisha got in there and she got to going through, started finding all my logs and everything that I was turning in for going to my NA, AA, Celebrate Recovery, drug offender education, parenting classes, group therapy and everything. And she really started to believe in me then once she found that stuff.
So I called him, I said, are you sitting down? And he said, well, I'm at work. I said, well, find a place to sit down, Matt. And he goes, you're scaring me. And I said, I know I'm scaring you, but do you want your boys to come home tonight? Do you have their beds ready? And you could just tell, he just teared up and he just said, yeah, I want them home. I said, well, we'll be there around 6 o'clock. They're coming home, boy.
And so I had to talk to my boss and tell him, hey man, this is what's going on, but I got no beds in my house. I have no clothes for them. I'm a bachelor, so ramen noodles is about all I have. Can I please go, leave work early and go and get all this stuff? And he's like, yeah, man, go, you do what you got to do.
It was literally overnight getting these boys. So it was an emergency situation that we had to get them back home to dad.
We all slept in the floor. We brought the mattresses out and we all slept in the floor, watched TV. And really we didn't do a lot of watching TV. It was a lot of talking. Asking a lot. They were asking me a lot of hard questions that they didn't feel comfortable asking me in front of anybody else. And so I told them, I lied to you your entire life. I'll never lie to you again. So whatever you have, ask me, and I'll tell you the truth. They were scared because they had never seen me sober. But after, a week or two, I think, they were really excited.
So after that, I went weekly out to their house, met with them through the reunification process till the judge granted him full rights back. You know, we had been taught since working at Saint Francis, you know, have the hope for those families, hold that there. And I just continued to hold the hope for him when he didn't have that anymore. And he'll tell you to this day, he's like, when I lost hope, you continued to carry it.
She believed in me. When nobody else would, she believed in me. She gave me an honest shot. You know, she didn't just chalk me up to some other lying drug addict, you know. She really, really, truly believed in me.
If St. Francis wouldn't have taken over this case, I wouldn't have carried that hope for the boys and Dad. I'd be concerned about Matt going back down a road of relapse, just losing your kids. You know, that's terrible. And especially when you did everything you were asked to do. Those kids, they're losing a father that wanted to fight for them, and they didn't ever know. They didn't know he was fighting for them.
It's never too late. 15 years I spent, you know, addicted to it, and never thought I was going to get clean ever. Even when I started this last case, never thought I was ever going to make anything of it.
Not only has this case inspired me, but I actually adopted my own child. She was a family member's child that was born with meth in her system. I was a kinship placement that in turn got to adopt her. I was a teacher and a coach, law enforcement, and I decided to give all that up to help more kids like her. So the heart I have for this career, it's not just a job, it's not just a paycheck, I'm helping kids just like the one I have under my roof that saved my life, that changed my whole world.
She's a surgical scrub nurse over in Russell at Russell Regional, and I never was much of a dad. I never really knew how to be a parent, you know. So she's really helping me through that of how to be a parent and not a best friend to him. Because I guess for a while after I got him back, I was trying to, I guess, make him like me again or something, you know. So there was a little swaying on the discipline here and there, but she's really taught me. The boys love her. I love her. We're getting married June 13th, 2025.
Yeah, the other day I got a phone call from Matt letting me know they were getting married in June, asked if I wanted an invitation, and of course my answer was yeah. My family and I have plans to be up there to see the boys, watch Matt, you know, find that happiness and get to meet the partner that is holding that home together. Because I haven't got to meet her yet. I've heard all about her, but I'm excited.
I never had anybody really believe in me before, like actually 100% believe in me. There's some people that say, yeah, I believe in you, but no, you could really tell. Taisha believed in me and she wanted to see me succeed. She really did.
You know, being a teacher and a coach in law enforcement, I thought I was changing lives, helping lives. Never did I know till I came into this job that the hope, the healing, just all that you get to do with parents, kids, and then you get those phone calls later in life that, just like Matt's, hey, I'm getting married. Hey, the boys are succeeding in sports. Or hey, I just graduated high school. Those are the phone calls that you realize you help change a life. And at the end of the day, if you can change one life, you're being successful.